Welcome back. Now, we often have the opportunity to have interesting conversations.
Absolutely.
With people in the limelight.
And talking about limelight, it's time for us to have a conversation with award-winning actor, ambassador, model, voiceover artist, and filmmaker Theresa Edem.
Thank you.
Now, everybody in the studio has already given me a little inkling into the role that she played in My Village People. Huh. Okay, so I'm a bit nervous. I haven't seen that trailer, but I will look at it soon. Also, she was in Country Hat.
Yes, she was in NO as well. So many movies, really. Theresa Edem, it's such a pleasure to have you in the studio with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Fantastic. Okay, so before we launch into your career, there's something that has been biting me since I saw you today.
Mary,
especially your surname. Are you related to Sylvia Edem?
No, actually.
But you've been asked before?
Yeah, but we're from the same states.
Because I just had to bring that.
I was actually going to say that name just, reminded me of Sylvia.
Like, you guys look alike.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah.
I think she's my sister. So.
Oh, well, technically, yes. Oh, of course, Sylvia Edem, for those who don't know, the former beauty queen.
Yes.
Okay, so, yeah. Let's talk about your career. Okay. There's always a background to every story. Okay. So I'd like it to be as brief as possible in telling us your acting career. How did it all begin?
Right. So as cliche as this might sound, it started in church, actually.
Okay.
So it started from drama department in church. That's when it really grew into becoming like a career. But I used to act as a child as well.
Okay.
But from church is when I decided, you know what, how about I put value on this and get paid doing this.
Okay.
Acting as a child is actually not as common as people think in Nigeria. Because a lot of people eventually find their way after they've agreed to do what mommy and daddy said, which is either study law or medicine.
I know.
But childhood, you started acting as a child. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, not professionally, but yeah, but like in school, drama, what's those things called? Debate clubs, drama clubs and all of that. So yeah.
All right then.
That's
okay, so I'm actually very curious about certain things about you.
Okay.
One of which is what we're about to watch. Yes, I'm preparing you. This is not a night show, but you have a good day, don't worry. Wow. Let's take a look at this.
Mary.
Okay.
Stop.
Why do I look like both of you? 'Cause we're one. I'm fine. Please. Just leave me alone. You're so selfish. It's always about you. What about us? Leave me alone, yeah? I have always fought for you and protected you. After the abuse, I came on as your protector. I'm sorry, but you don't get that choice. I don't want your protection. Emma, please tell her. I don't want it. Zermaine. Oh, please shut. Shut up.
Wow.
It's gripping. Like, that part makes you want to watch the movie, right? What is it called?
No.
No. Okay, so the story is
It's
about...
a short film, basically. So I produced that, actually. It's about someone that has multiple personalities, basically. So they're all one, but they think they're different people. And as it develops, it introduces more characters, but still the same person.
Still the same person. That reminds me of a movie. I remember we talked about it in the during Coffee just some months back.
There are quite a few of these really interesting stories coming out now in the Nigerian space. A lot of people are moving away from the norm or the old Nollywood type of storytelling. And this is you in 3 places, in 3 different roles, in the same short film. Talk about the challenges that you must have come across, making sure that those roles...
It was very hectic. It was very, very hectic because I really had to be distinct, being each character in the film, I almost lost my mind. I think that's the summary. And I said to myself, I probably will never do this again. Because I was producing as well. So to do that and still be acting, still be thinking of the next thing, it was too much. But I thank God. I mean, he came out well. He got into a lot of festivals, so yeah.
Yeah, it's obvious because even looking at just that part, you know, there's some movies that when you watch, you're like, okay, nice, but it's quite gripping, and I must commend you for that.
Thank
And
you.
talking about gripping, what role would you say has been your most challenging so far?
Most challenging role so far, it's not out yet. It's called KM17. It's coming out. There's even another one called Trepidation.
Okay.
It was really challenging. So
What made
yeah.
it challenging?
I can't really talk about
I know,
KM17,
but you know
but
there's-
it was very physical. Let me put it that way. Yeah, and I was trapped in an enclosed space for a really long time.
Oh, I have claustrophobia.
Like, yeah, almost like throughout the film, I was trapped in a really small space.
Wow. How did you prepare for that kind of role?
Oh my goodness. I thought I was ready until we got there. It was a lot of night shoots, which is already hectic on its own, because naturally your body wants to sleep at that time. So I don't know that I was really prepared for it. I was just going moment by moment.
Wow. Wow. Now, on a set like that, you know, you get to work with all sorts of interesting people. And, you know, not every set is the same.
Exactly.
You know, do you feel like, you know, things are a lot easier these days? Because you started quite a while back. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, I think Nollywood has grown, and the way actors and everyone, the crew and everyone is being treated is definitely better these days,
Okay.
I would say. The industry has expanded, which has given room for growth all through, across board. So yeah, we're definitely not where we used to be. Yeah, I think.
Okay, so now as a filmmaker, was it something that you delved into, or it was just, you know, many people say, oh, they started doing production because there's more money in it, and then you get to have the control over what happens to a large extent. Was that the reason for you, perhaps not being able to have control over certain roles that you were given, or you decided to go into production for different...
Yeah, I've always wanted to be a filmmaker. It's just, I started one dream per time. So at the core of it, I want to make good films. I write as well, so I want to tell stories. And it's not really about me acting in my films. Like I'm directing a film this month, and I'm not acting in it. So it's just, I want to be able to tell stories the way I've always wanted to tell, not just sit on the sideline and complain about Nollywood. I want to be able to make a change. I want to be able to give people opportunities and all of that. So.
You have a great poise, I must say.
Thank you.
Yes, that's one of the things I first noticed about
Thank you
you.
so
have
much.
fantastic poise.
Appreciate
Did
it.
you go to poise school for that?
No, I didn't.
Or maybe you took part in beauty pageants.
No,
like
I did
your
not.
Big sister.
No, I did not.
But there is something about having a certain level of confidence to produce teams, especially in a male-dominated environment. What is it like directing men? I'm going to say it, directing men and telling them what to do and basically calling the shots?
To be honest, this is going to be my directorial debut for film, but I have directed in church plays, and I would say, I don't know, it's a bit hectic, but I feel like the industry has opened up. There's a lot of female directors doing great stuff, and the team I'm working with this, they're fantastic. So I think it's really the team you work with. It's not about male or female, because some female are problematic as well. So
Okay.
it's
Well,
really
you have
who
a
you're
point.
working
You know, I really want to know about your social life, but what we'll do is we'll take you to your food life. Yeah, because you're going to have breakfast.
I like that life.
But while we're doing so, we're going to take a look at one of your clips. This is a trailer of Trepidation.
Wow.
Think you like scary?
Goodness me.
I have to say your acting is spectacular.
Thank
Right?
you.
But then again, what Mary is saying, I think I've seen you in That Light Alone.
Actually, no, I've done a lot of other films like romance and
But
all.
they cast you there naturally, right? Like, it just comes naturally.
Romance and
Amazing.
social life. With all these movies, I wonder
Amazing.
how you make out time for that. Continue.
So we have our chefs and our friends from Tasty Fried Chicken.
Hi.
And of course, they've been hard at work putting all of this together. It's the Boma Jollof rice and the breaded chicken. So we'd like you to try it out and tell us exactly what you think about it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Yum.
Yum. Okay.
That's all we needed to hear.
And apparently this is
And the
new.
chicken, yes, they want you to try out the chicken.
Yes, it's called
That's
breaded
a new
chicken.
recipe
Yeah.
for tasty fried chicken.
Yeah, so this is the boomer rice.
Yes.
And
the
the breaded chicken. Then together it's called the boomer meal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you can go. It's
Get
very
it.
affordable.
Yeah, and you can definitely get it at
600 to 850.
Oh, wow, that's affordable.
Yeah.
at Tasty Fried Chicken.
Ooh.
And Mary was talking about the portions earlier,
Yes,
right?
it's
The
large.
portions are very generous. As a matter of
very,
fact,
very
I requested that they be served the way you will be served in the restaurant.
Yes.
And this is actually what you get
What
for
you get.
650
Wow.
to 850.
Yes.
600 to
serious?
850.
Yes.
I'm not quite sure how much this one is. Is it the one of 850?
Yes.
Okay, so-
Actually, the chicken is so being sold separately on the counter, but the rice with pepper chicken,
Okay.
the same size of the chicken for 850.
For 850. Okay.
But for the breaded chicken is 900.
Ah,
Okay. But still not
Okay.
up to 1,000
Yeah.
naira.
Still
And
not
those
to
times
1,000,
are
yes.
very
Very nice.
important.
Yeah. So I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really, really yum.
All
right,
so
so-
all of us are about to dig in, but before we go, we have to say thank you to everyone who's been part of the show so far.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very
Absolutely
much.
our pleasure. Thanks to our Tasty Fried Chicken friends.
Yes.
And to you two for always watching. And the crew,
See you
bye-bye.
tomorrow.
Thank you.